If you have ever felt that English is difficult, slow, or overwhelming, I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes. Because today, I am going to show you that English does not have to feel hard every single day. It does not have to feel confusing. It does not have to feel like something only smart people can do. In fact, English can become a part of your life in a very simple and natural way. You do not need to study for hours. You do not need to memorize huge grammar rules. You do not need to speak like a native speaker overnight. What you really need is consistency. You need small daily practice. You need simple input, clear examples, and repeated exposure. And that is exactly what this session is about. So take a breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin. This is your slow English practice session for fluency, confidence, and everyday speaking. Starting the day. Imagine it is morning. The day is fresh. The world is quiet. You open your eyes, and for a few seconds, you simply lie still. You listen to the sound around you. You think about the day ahead. You ask yourself a simple question: what do I want to do today? That question may seem small, but it matters. Because every day starts with a choice. You can start your day with stress, or you can start it with intention. You can wake up and feel rushed, or you can wake up and feel focused. Now let's say this in simple English. I wake up early in the morning. I take a deep breath. I stretch my body. I get out of bed slowly. I look at the day ahead. This is easy English, but it is also real English. It is the kind of English you can actually use in your life. Now repeat with me. I wake up early in the morning. I stretch my body. I get out of bed slowly. I look at the day ahead. I feel ready to begin. Good. One of the best things you can do for your English is connect it to your daily routine. When you describe your life in English, the words stay in your memory more easily. That is because they are not just words on a page. They become part of your thoughts. So let's continue. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. I drink a glass of water. I get dressed for the day. I prepare myself for work, study, or whatever I need to do. Very often, people think fluency means knowing difficult vocabulary. But that is not true. Fluency begins with the language of everyday life. The things you do every day are actually the best English practice. Building a simple routine. Now let's move a little deeper into your daily routine. A routine gives your day structure. It helps you stay organized. It reduces stress. And it makes your mind feel more settled. When you know what comes next, you waste less energy worrying and more energy doing. Let's put that into English. I like having a routine. It helps me stay organized. It saves time. It keeps me focused. It makes my day feel smoother. Repeat these lines. I like having a routine. It helps me stay organized. It keeps me focused. It makes my day feel smoother. It helps me use time wisely. Excellent. Now let's build a full example. In the morning, I wake up early. I wash my face and get ready for the day. I eat breakfast and check my schedule. I decide what is most important. Then I begin my work. Maybe you are a student. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you go to the office. Maybe you are preparing for an exam. Whatever your situation, this kind of sentence structure will help you speak more naturally. I start my day with breakfast. I check my messages. I look at my tasks. I focus on the most important work first. I try to finish things step by step. That last part is important, step by step. Because fluency works the same way. You do not become fluent in one day. You become fluent by building one small step after another. One word. One sentence. One habit. One day at a time. Speaking about work and study. Let's talk about something very common, work and study. Many learners need English for professional life. Some need it for interviews. Some need it for meetings. Some need it for emails, presentations, or daily conversations with colleagues. Others need English for school, college, or exam preparation. So let's practice useful sentences for both situations. I go to work every day. I attend meetings when needed. I complete my tasks on time. I reply to important messages. I try to stay productive. If you are a student, you can say, I go to class every day. I pay attention in class. I take notes carefully. I complete my homework on time. I prepare for exams regularly. Now let's make it a little more natural. Sometimes my work is busy. Sometimes I have many things to do. But I try not to panic. I focus on one task at a time. I remind myself to stay calm and do my best. That is a very useful speaking pattern. Not only for English, but also for life. Repeat after me. Sometimes my day is busy. I have many things to do. I stay calm. I focus on one task at a time. I do my best. Good. Now let's add one more layer. I want to improve my skills. I want to become more confident. I want to speak clearly and naturally. I want to understand more English every day. And I am ready to practice. That word, ready, is powerful. When you are ready to practice, progress becomes possible. When the day gets difficult. Now let's be honest. Not every day feels good. Some days are easy. Some days are heavy. Some days you wake up with energy. Other days you wake up tired, distracted, or unmotivated. That is normal. Learning English is not always exciting. Sometimes it feels slow. Sometimes you forget words. Sometimes you worry that you are not improving fast enough. But even on difficult days, there is something important to remember. progress does not need to be perfect to be real. Let's practice some helpful sentences for those moments. I feel a little tired today. I need some rest. I am trying to stay focused. I will take one step at a time. I know I can manage this. Repeat. I feel a little tired today. I need some rest. I will take one step at a time. I know I can manage this. I will keep going. Very good. When you speak honestly about your feelings, your English becomes more useful. You are not just learning words. You are learning how to express yourself as a person. Maybe you want to say, I am feeling stressed. I need a short break. I want to clear my mind. I feel better after resting. Now I am ready again. These are simple, natural sentences. They help you speak in real-life situations. The power of small habits. Now I want to talk about one of the most important ideas in language learning, small habits. People often imagine that fluency comes from big dramatic effort. They think they need to study for 5 hours straight or take one huge course and finish everything in a week. But in real life, that is not how most people improve. Real progress often comes from repetition. From short sessions. From daily exposure. From small habits that continue for a long time. For example, I listen to English every day. I repeat useful sentences. I write new words in a notebook. I review them again and again. I try to use them in conversation. That is simple, but effective. Repeat after me. I listen to English every day. I repeat useful sentences. I write new words down. I review them often. I use them in conversation. Great. Now let's expand it a little. I practice English for a few minutes every day. I do not wait for the perfect time. I use small moments wisely. I practice English for a few minutes every day. I do not wait for the perfect time. I use small moments wisely. I learn something new each day. And little by little, I improve. This is how strong habits are built. Not by pressure, but by repetition. And the good news is this: you do not need to be perfect to get better. You only need to continue. A realistic English learning mindset. Let's pause for a moment and talk about mindset. If you believe English is impossible, it will feel harder than it really is. But if you believe English is something you can improve with practice, then your mind becomes more open. You begin to notice progress. You become more patient. And patience is very important in language learning. Think about this. I do not need to know everything today. I only need to learn a little more than yesterday. I only need to keep practicing. I only need to stay consistent. That is enough. Repeat. I do not need to know everything today. I only need to learn a little more. I only need to stay consistent. I only need to keep practicing. That is enough. Excellent. This mindset helps reduce pressure. And when pressure goes down, confidence goes up. You speak more. You listen better. You stop fearing mistakes so much. And once that fear begins to disappear, your learning speed often improves naturally. Talking with friends. Now let's practice some everyday conversations. Imagine you meet a friend in the morning. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. How was your morning? It was good. I woke up early and started my day. That sounds nice. Yes, I want to stay productive. Now a second conversation. What are you doing today? I have a lot of work. Are you busy? Yes, but I am managing everything step by step. That's good. I am trying my best. And one more. Did you study English today? Yes, I did. What did you practice? I practiced speaking, listening, and vocabulary. That's excellent. I want to improve every day. These short conversations are very powerful because they are practical. They sound natural. They can be used in real life. And they help your brain get used to quick responses in English. Now let's move into more real-life speaking patterns. Sometimes people know English grammar, but they freeze when they need to speak. Why does that happen? Often because they have not practiced enough simple spoken English. They may know rules, but they have not repeated everyday phrases enough to make them automatic. That is why we practice. I am going to the market. I need to buy some groceries. I am meeting a friend later. I have an appointment in the afternoon. I want to finish my work before evening. Repeat after me. I am going to the market. I need to buy groceries. I am meeting a friend later. I have an appointment today. I want to finish my work early. Good. Now one more set. I am feeling hungry. I want something light to eat. I need a cup of tea. I would like to take a short break. Then I will continue working. These are the kinds of sentences that make your English practical. They help you talk about your real day, your needs, your plans, and your feelings. Evening reflection. Now imagine the end of the day. The work is done. The evening is calm. The sky is darker now. The sounds of the day are slower. And you finally have a moment to rest. This part of the day is important too. It gives you time to think. To reflect. To breathe. I finished my work today. I feel tired, but satisfied. I am happy that I made progress. I learned something useful. Now I am ready to relax. Repeat. I finished my work today. I feel tired, but satisfied. I learned something useful. Now I am ready to relax. I am grateful for this day. Very good. Reflection is powerful because it helps you see your own progress. Even if your day was not perfect, you can still find something positive. Maybe you learned a new word. Maybe you practice speaking for 10 minutes. Consistency wins. Let's say this clearly, consistency wins. Not because it is exciting. Not because it is fast. But because it works. A person who practices a little every day often improves more than a person who studies very hard for one day and then stops. The brain likes repetition. Language grows through repeated contact. You hear it, you use it, you see it again, and slowly it becomes familiar. That is why this kind of slow English practice is effective. I practice a little every day. I repeat the same useful sentences. I do not quit after one day. I trust the process. I keep moving forward. Repeat. I practice a little every day. I do not quit. I trust the process. I keep moving forward. I am improving step by step. Wonderful. Strong retention hooks. Now let me give you a few ideas that will stay with you. English is not learned by pressure. English is learned by repetition. Fluency is not built in one day. Fluency is built in many small days. Mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are part of learning. You do not need perfect English. You need useful English. You do not need to speak fast. You need to speak clearly. You do not need to know everything. You need to keep going. Those lines are simple, but they are important. Hold on to them. Final practice flow. Now let's do one final long practice section. Listen carefully and repeat as much as you can. I wake up early in the morning and start my day with a calm mind. I wash my face, get ready, and think about what I need to do. I try to stay organized and focused throughout the day. I complete my tasks one by one and do my best in every situation. Sometimes the day is busy. Sometimes I feel tired. Sometimes I need a short break. But I do not give up. I remind myself that every small effort matters. I listen to English every day. I practice speaking regularly. I repeat useful sentences until they feel natural. I write down new words and review them often. I use English in simple daily situations. In the evening, I take some time to rest. I think about the things I learned. I reflect on my progress. I prepare for tomorrow. And I go to bed with a peaceful mind. This is how steady improvement happens. This is how confidence grows. This is how fluency becomes real. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one final thought. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not incapable. You are learning. And learning takes time. So be patient with yourself. Keep your practice simple. Keep your routine realistic. Keep your focus on small progress. And trust that every day of effort is adding something valuable to your future. Thank you for staying with me through this English practice session. I hope this helped you feel more confident, more relaxed, and more motivated to continue. Keep listening. Keep repeating. Keep speaking. And keep improving, one day at a time.